Well, welcome into the AL Recruiting Power 5 podcast. We are so glad today to be joined with a very special guest, Mr. Auburn, Trovon Reed. He is the Director of Football and Player Relations, but most of you Auburn fans are going to recognize him from what he's done on the field and now what he's doing behind the scenes working. Coach, we are so glad to have you on our show.
Man, I appreciate you for having me on the show.
Well, Coach, you know the format. I sent you the questions, and so we asked 5 questions to all of our guests. And so we just got to get started. You've been doing football for a long time. So what is your best or funniest, however you want to go about it, recruiting story that you have?
I don't personally have one.
Mm-hmm.
A few of the guys who I work with have some. Especially Cadillac. he have the funniest stories, man. But a few of those stories, I'm not even sure if I can even speak on them. Oh, this a promise. I will get back on here at some point this summer and tell you about that story.
Okay. You got to get permission first.
And then I got to tell you about this one.
Okay. All right.
Camera, off camera. You got to hear this one.
Okay, that's perfect. We'll go with that. But you know, I know, and I have a lot of students that follow this account, and there's a lot of kids that have dreams of playing college football, and some want to play in the SEC, but some just want to play college football. So, kind of, what's your advice when you speak to recruits and when you speak to kids? What's your advice to them if they want to play college football?
Get out to these camps. A lot of college coaches on all levels pay attention to those camps. And just put the work in, man. A lot of guys say they want to do this, man. It take a sacrifice. Like you can't playing football half step and somebody gonna knock your head off. And it's a dangerous game. Like it's something that we're willing to risk our lives for every day. But if you really love it, you don't even see it as that way. You see it as, man, I'm just having fun doing what I love to do. So, right. Man, get to those camps, fall in love with the game. The rest is history. The rest is history.
Man, I know, I don't know. I'm sure you know him, Coach Malcolm Askew. He was on here earlier, and he really kind of said some of the same stuff. And of course, he's a product of Auburn too. He's an Auburn man. So
that's right there. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think a day 24 hours don't go by and me and him don't talk.
That's incredible.
Talk every day, and that's when he was here. When he was at Georgia Southern, now that he at Missouri, took him under my wing, and I'm not trying to big bro him, but took him under my wing, and it's been like this ever since. And he keep me sharp, I keep him sharp.
That's it.
And we keep this thing going.
Well, obviously, you know, there's family involved in this process, and so, you know, I know, and I've had experience where coaches have asked me and said, "Hey, what is that family like? Have you ever observed, you know, this behavior?" So what is your advice to parents and guardians who are working with students that, you know, maybe a kid said, "Hey, my dream is to play college football." What's your advice to them?
Let that kid dream big. You know, most of where I'm from, I only can speak on where I'm from. I'm not gonna try to speak for everybody. I'm gonna speak on my situation and where I'm from. Where I'm from, a lot of your dreams get hindered early because of people in your ear. You know, people before you saying it's not possible. Parents speaking negativity. Oh, all thing you want to do is play football. That's what I love to do. You know, if I could, well, what I would tell my kids, because I have 2 kids, go for it. Whatever you thinking you want to do, go for it. And wherever you land, but daddy'll be right there. But I'm gonna let you enjoy your process. I'm gonna let you go through failures. I'm gonna let you fall. Now I'm not gonna let you fall flat on your face, but I'm gonna let you fall so you can learn.
Right.
and and let the kids like really chase what they want to do.
Mm,
Like some of these now, to some parents, football is not reality. I totally understand, but
mhm,
and I let that kid dream big.
mm,
Let them dream big, cause man, you never know. You
right.
never know. Man, I came here 5 star, all that. I didn't live up to the hype that I wanted.
Mhm,
So if my parent, if my family would have been telling me, nah, football ain't there, I would have never played 6 years in the NFL,
mm,
professional sports. Like, so how you speak to these kids, to me, it really matters.
yeah, I mean, I I I'm a youth minister. I've been doing youth ministry for over a decade now, and what you said is just so true. We as adults sometimes crush the dreams of kids, and because we say, "Well, that's not reality." How do we know what God has planned for them?
Right. Uh, one, three, 1,000%,
Yeah, I always believe it's up to the Lord to tell them where they're going.
100%.
Well, I know one thing that, has really changed college football in the last 4 or 5 years, and as 2 things, it's the portal and it's the NIL. Speak on that to maybe recruit our families that are listening. Like, how has that changed recruiting? And really, what does it mean for the high school athletes and how they need to, carry themselves?
Um, the portal is a blessing to
Mhm,
some to others, and it's like an even balance. If you ask me, my personal opinion, because you could flip your team
mhm.
with months, and it's not that's not normal.
Yeah,
Um, but it hurts some teams too.
yeah,
My so, but I mean, you look at the Joe Burrows and the Jameson Williams, like the portal was a blessing for those guys. Like
mhm,
those were buried on the bench at
yeah,
Ohio State, came to the SEC and was arguably some of the top players ever to come through here.
yeah,
So man, you got to feel it in your gut and you got to do it for the right reasons. Don't hit the portal chasing money. That's
yes,
not real money. The real money is on the next level, and they could come find you at whatever school.
yeah,
Guys get drafted from HBCUs, D2s, JUCOs.
mhm.
So don't chase the NIL money, man. Chase the NIL. I mean, chase your purpose. Like chase something that's bigger than a moment. You
Mhm.
know, chase your legacy. Like if you feel like you could go to another school to boost your legacy, I respect it.
Yeah.
Like I 100% respect it because as coaches, don't when we get don't when we get an upgrade, we move up.
Right.
So if you're a guy at a D2 school and you get in the portal and Alabama offer you, you gonna turn it down?
Right.
Your coach wouldn't,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Like I'm just being real, and I feel like that's the transparency I have with these young men.
Yeah.
Like I'm so real with them, man, because when they get in the real world, it get real. Like if I keep faking it to them when they get in the real world and something real hit them, they're not gonna know how to respond.
Yeah.
So I make sure they're ready for that. Like, but again, man, it's a blessing to
Mhm.
some. Is a curse to some others, but overall, I just think right now it's not as bad as people trying to make it because if we say it's about the kids, like we all say, some of these kids are getting exactly what they deserve, in my opinion. Um,
Right.
that's just my opinion. I could be so wrong, but that's just how I see it.
No, I mean, and that's why we have this is so we can kind of just exchange ideas and because I want kids to hear it. I want players to benefit and in their future. And I just tell kids, hey, look, watch what the track record of coaches are on how they use the portal. that can help you too. How do teams and coaching staffs use the portal? And it's all going to balance out, I believe.
Well, I agree 100%, man. And to those young men and women who get stuck in the portal, I feel so bad for them, man.
Yeah.
Um, you don't want to, you don't never want to get in the portal and not have a clue. Like, man, that's how you get anxiety when you get older. That's how you get an identity crisis. That's who you forget who you are
Hmm.
because, like, no one believed in you. So you go through the rest of your life feeling like that. So, man, my advice to those: trust God.
Amen. Yeah, and I say that, and that kind of just leads us into our the next question is, you know, Coach Hugh Freeze obviously is very outspoken on his faith, and in your profile, and you see it says believer. That's just what it says, and we all as Christians, Christ followers, we know what that is. But I just want you just to speak on outside of the recruiting world. How does your faith lead you as a family man, as a dad, as a coach, all of those things in your life? What does that look like? And how does following Christ look like in your life?
Man, that's the only way for me. To be honest, because I know for a fact, coming from where I come from, hearing the things I heard coming up, seeing the things I saw, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I ain't supposed to be on this phone call. I wasn't supposed to get to Auburn University. I wasn't supposed to make it to the NFL. I'm not supposed to be one of the biggest role models in my hometown because I'm not perfect. But I don't try to be. There's only one perfect person ever, and he's
Mhm,
up there, and he's guiding me. So, do I make mistakes? Yes, but I'm so open with my family, my kids, my peers. If you judging me, you're wrong. Like,
mhm,
I'm gonna know if I make a mistake, and
mhm,
I don't care about your judgment because I'm not doing it for man.
mhm,
Like, I'm doing it for one reason only, and that's the reason why I'm in this profession. Like, the money, cool, but I just know if I do my job to the best of my ability, the money is gonna come. Like, I'm not motivated by money. Like,
mhm,
I had several calls to get me out of Auburn with money. That's not gonna move me. I have a purpose. Like, I have a purpose, and it's to pour into my young brother's life. Like, these aren't just young men to me. These are my brothers. Like, I play here. This brand, I got Auburn tattooed all over my body. Like, it's really in my blood. So
mhm.
it's, to me, is a different purpose. Now, others might feel the same without being that tied to it. But you hear my baby? Hold
Yep.
on, I'll be out there in 2 minutes. It's in me. It's in
Mhm,
me. I my why, my purpose for all of this is wired a little different, man. It's pure, it's straight from the heart, and I'm gonna give you my truth. Like, I'm gonna give you my truth to any coach, any player, to you. It's gonna
mhm,
always give off respect because I know how I was wired not to take disrespect.
mm,
So it's, man, to me, man, believing, and I let the world know it. I put it in all my bios. Uh, every I will always say God is the greatest and let everyone know why I'm here. Like,
mm.
it's not me. I promise. Like, it's not me.
Yep.
Like, this station, I couldn't prep for this.
Mhm,
Couldn't prep for it. It just happened.
mhm.
So it's all him, man. To be honest.
Well, man, I appreciate that, and I just appreciate putting people out there who live and follow the Lord and are willing to say, because that's where I want to send kids to. I want to point kids to coaches like you. And so I appreciate it, Coach, and wish you nothing but the best. I hope you guys have a great, great season. And I appreciate you being on the show today.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you having me. Keep doing big things, boss.
Appreciate it. Well, if you like the show today, please like and subscribe. And I know everybody loves Coach Reed's shirts, the best shirt we've had on so far, and it's going to be hard to be topped. So, all right, guys, thank y'all so much for listening.